Hey, what's going on, everyone? James9 here. Welcome back to another YouTube video. And today we're going to be going over the cast of Survivor 48 Part 3. Now, in the first two parts, I went over the Siva tribe and the Lagi tribe. And now we're going to go over the Green tribe, the Vula tribe. So, let's get started. Alright, first up we have Cedric McFadden, a 45-year-old originally from Columbia, South Carolina, now living in Greenville, South Carolina, and he's a surgeon? Ooh, that's actually pretty cool. Alright, 3 words to describe him are dependable, determined, and conscientious. Interesting. Why do you want to be a part of Survivor? Having regularly watched Survivor since 2000, okay, so initially the beginning of Survivor, that's pretty cool. I constantly find myself answering how I would react and perform compared to other contestants, as we are not getting any younger. I finally wanted to know the experience for myself. It is a phenomenon that I can't readily shake, so instead of potentially living with the regret of not trying, I am here to experience it for myself. Alright, so another Survivor superfan, that's pretty cool. What's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? Completing a 5-year surgical residency. Okay, that makes sense. The hours are long. The work can be the difference between life and death for my patient. And it requires you to dig deep and prepare yourself to help someone else. Alright, that's actually pretty good. Being helpful can be really good. Which previous player do you identify with most, and who do you think you'll play most like? I'd like to think Earl Cole, quiet confidence, the social game of Sari. Alright, fair enough. What will you value in an alliance partner? Transparency, reliability, and adaptability. Wow, those are actually some pretty good answers. Favorite hobbies are running, singing, watching movies with the family, jigsaw puzzles. Pet peeves, tardiness. What is the accomplishment you're most proud of? Successfully completing my educational journey through medical school, residency, and fellowship. Okay, that makes sense. What is something we would never know from looking at you? I can get lost for hours doing mundane tasks and the hobbies I enjoy, which likely explains the ability to perform long surgeries or complete jigsaw puzzles. Okay. I mean, getting lost for hours? I don't know if that's going to be great for his game, but we'll see. His biggest inspiration and why? My grandmother. Through her, I had learned compassion and developed a keen interest in medicine. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Why will you be the sole survivor? My whole life has prepared me well to walk into the game and be successful. Now that the opportunity has been given to me, I am ready to execute and walk into this victory. So I think Cedric might be playing more of a mental and social game. The for getting lost for hours doing mundane tasks and the hobbies I enjoy, which although it can be good, I think it could cost him in the end. I think he'll make it to like the jury point before he'll get caught off. I see him. I think he might play a similar game to Roxroy from Survivor 42. That's just my guess. Without with that being said, the next person we're going over is Justin Pioppi, a 29-year-old from Winthrop, Massachusetts, and he's a pizzeria manager. Cool. 3 words to describe him are compassionate, hardworking, and resilient. Why do you want to be a part of Survivor? Survivor has been a family passion for over 2 decades. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I want to put my education, life experience, and preparation to the ultimate test. Okay, so another Survivor super fan as well. What's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? Believe it or not, working at Luigi's, our family restaurant. We're graced every day with customers who hail from every corner of the globe. No two people are alike in their tastes and preferences, but we always leave them feeling full and happy. That's pretty good. So a social aspect, I get it. What previous player do you identify with most? Who do you think you'll play most like? I've always been a big fan of Tyson. He possesses a neat combination of intelligence, athleticism, wit, determination, and humor. And hair. Can't forget the hair. If I can emulate even a fraction of his approach, I think I can make a deep run. I think Tyson is also not afraid to get dirty if needed. So that could be good. But that could also be bad. But hey, we'll see what happens. What do you value in an alliance partner? I really want to work with someone who we can bounce ideas off of. You're out here in your own head and just have to have an outlet to talk strategy and advance both your games will be so useful. Okay, I guess that's fair. I guess, but you got to make sure you got to be able to trust your partner though. With that being said, favorite hobbies: horse racing, listening to sports talk radio, and cooking, especially pizza. Pet peeves are not reusing slash recycling something. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Pants without pockets are useless. I guess that makes sense. People who interrupt someone when he or she is trying to make a point. His biggest accomplishment? I was the youngest legislative aide in the history of the Massachusetts State House. Oh, you got into politics. Okay. At the time, I didn't think much of it. I just wanted to help my boss any way that I could. But looking back, it's really awesome to have worked at the highest level of state politics as a teenager. You worked in politics as a teenager? Holy cow! There's gonna be a lot of social talk. Holy cow! This person might have a decent social game, but we'll see. But politics is going to be extremely controversial, of course. What's something we'd never know from looking at you? That I have been a vegetarian for my entire life. I've always had a love for animals and never had a temptation to try meat. However, despite this dietary choice, I'm a lot stronger than I appear. Okay, so he's a vegetarian. Cool. Some vegetarians will be happy about that. Who's your biggest inspiration and why? Without question, my mother. From having founded and grown our family restaurant for over 40 years ago to having battled and beaten cancer 3 separate times, she's been playing Survivor her whole life. Despite everything she's been through, she never complains, still maintains a positive attitude, and keeps a great sense of humor. Why will you be the sole survivor? Because I never back down from anything I've done in my life. The word quit is not my vocabulary. I don't see that attitude changing on the island. So basically, what he's saying is the only way that he would like want to be pulled from the game is if through a matter of fact he ain't quitting. He's not a quitter. I like that. No quitting. But in terms of how well I think he's gonna do, eh, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. He's gonna be playing a social game. I think he might pull off a little too aggressively. I think he could potentially get booted a little early. That's where I'm gonna. I think that's where I'm gonna mark it at for now. I think he'll get booted off a little early, like maybe second, third, or fourth boot, maybe. Next is Kevin Lung from Survivor 48. Okay, yeah. He's a 34-year-old originally from Fremont, California, now living in Livermore, California. He's operating as a finance manager. 3 words to describe him: energetic, social, and determined. Why does he want to be a part of Survivor? I started watching Survivor during Cook Islands and saw Yul Kwan as an inspiration to apply. It has taken some time to be physically ready, but I believe now I have the strategic, social, and physical skills to do well in Survivor. Okay, so he's been working on his physical aspects. I respect that. What's one life experience that has prepared him? As a side job post college, I worked at Abercrombie and Fitch as a greeter slash model. I learned that effectively complimenting, smiling, and charming people while still being genuine goes a long way in terms of likability. Those skills have prepared me to interact with all kinds of people in Survivor. Okay, so basically a social aspect of the game. Nice. Which previous players do you identify with most? Who do you think you will play most like? David versus Goliath was my favorite season. I identify with most of the Davids, Christian, Nick, Davey, because of their tenacity and grit to band together despite their appearances. I hopefully will play like Caleb from Survivor 45 and use my social charm to influence people, but hopefully not be too charming where they see me as a threat. So I think Kevin's strategy is going to be mainly social. What will you value in an alliance partner? I will value someone who is flexible enough to look at all options. Doesn't mean we are wavering, but thoughtful in weighing out all scenarios before coming out to a decision. Okay, that seems pretty realistic. Favorite hobbies are tennis, Barry's boot camps, and escape rooms. Pet peeves are people who are always late. His biggest accomplishment that he's most proud of: getting an MBA and graduating top of my class. What's something we'd never know from looking at you? Though I don't have any children of my own, I really have the desire to help kids with disabilities. In 2019, I volunteered at an orphanage in Ghana, and it was the most humbling and rewarding experience of my life. Oh, that's pretty nice. What's his biggest inspiration and why? My parents, because they sacrificed and provided everything for me so that I could be successful. I hope to make them proud by showing grit, tenacity, and motivation, values that instilled in me. Why will you be the sole survivor? I think I have the winning combination to be sole survivor: athletic, social, smart. Come on. I hope to charm my way to the $1 million. Okay, so basically he's trying to describe himself as more of a well-rounded player, being strategic, social, and physical. But I think his best aspect is going to be social, in all honesty. I think there are going to be stronger players than Kevin and hmm. I don't know where I would like to place him at. maybe in like early boot to beginning pre-jury, maybe. That's where I would rank him at. I'm really not sure about Kevin. And next is Mary Zhang, a 31-year-old originally from Montgomery Village, Maryland, now living in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and she's a substance abuse counselor. She's chaotic, dynamic, and thoughtful. And why do you want to be a part of Survivor? I've done Peace Corps, AmeriCorps, and hitchhiked across the Mediterranean. It's been a while since I've challenged myself. This game will push you to the limits, emotionally and physically, and I'm dying to be pushed there and then pushed past it. Okay, so basically she is adventurous. Alright. What's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? Volunteering at the crisis hotline for years. You have to build trust within minutes, be convincing enough that people who formerly wanted to end their lives don't want to anymore, and be attuned to the subtitles of human emotion. Plus, you never know who you're going to get on the other line, so you need to be prepared for surprises. Which previous player do you identify with most? Who do you think you'll play most like? Identify with Ben because although he was pinned as a threat, his relentless gameplay ensured he was never voted out. The man played like his life depended on it, but I'd also play like Kinsey, who went to every reward because by nature I'm a social butterfly. Okay, so another social aspect of the game. I will flit around, providing comfort, care, and laughter to my tribe mates. What will you value in an alliance partner? The ability to shut off your emotions in favor of what's best logically slash strategically. So she's basically going to try to play an emotionless game, give or take. I can't have an alliance partner popping off at someone we need for numbers, thereby potentially alienating them or wanting to vote out a shield just because they want revenge. So she's okay. Okay, so a strategic slash mental thing. That's good. Sorry. My throat is getting dry. Favorite hobbies are cycling, read, weaving through traffic during rush hours, making music, taro, what, writing, and cooking for my loved ones. Okay, so she could be a cook. So Mary might be the cook of the tribe. That's pretty cool. Pet peeves are slow drivers in the left lane, food that you pay for that sucks, inefficiency, being told what to do, people who overpromise and underdeliver. All right. Biggest accomplishment, learning how to say no to others so that I can say yes to myself. That's, wow, not gonna lie, that's actually a pretty boring answer. What's something that we would never know from looking at you? I've struggled for years with body image and disordered eating. Oh, damn, that actually sucks. And I've put in a lot of work to forge and nurture a healthy relationship with food. Who's your biggest inspiration and why? Everyone says their parents, and I'm no different, except it's because my parents helped lead the 1989 Tiananmen Square protest for democracy. Yeah, essentially this. Yeah, basically this happened in China and many years ago, and I believe the protests did end up getting crushed. So yeah, they didn't work, but hey, they were brave nonetheless, right? Afterwards, my mom escaped house arrest after 9 months. Oh damn, in jail, and my dad evaded the communists despite a national search for him. They didn't choose to start a new life in a foreign country. They were forced to seek political asylum, otherwise they'd die. They lived their lives with intention and purpose. Oh damn, that's insane. So she's got so I think Survivor is definitely gonna mention this a lot. Like a lot in in this season. I so Mary might be someone to look out for. Why will you be the sole survivor? I'm a bundle of contradictions, so I can be whatever I need to be, wherever, whenever I need to be. I'm chaotic, but also careful and controlled. Okay, a bundle of contradictions. I'm easygoing and can befriend anyone, but intense and will be on the whole time. Think Ben searching for idols at all hours. I move through the world with my intuition leading, so I'll be able to sense any sneaky business or deceitful intentions. I was going to originally say that Mary Zhang might go very far, but after reading that last part, I think she's going to be an early boot. I think she might. I think she might be booted in the pre-jury for sure. Next is Cy Hewley, a 30-year-old originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, now living in Simi Valley, California, as a marketing professional. What are three words to describe you? Outgoing, kind, and driven. Why do you want to be a part of Survivor? Representation will always matter. It's so important for other young black slash POC women to see themselves in spaces not many POC occupy often. Okay, so another aspect relying around the politics and culture. Alright, I'm doing this for all the other young black girls out there seeking the adventure of a lifetime. Alright, that's cool. What's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? The passing of my grandmother. Ah, damn. She was such a force and raised me to be one as well. She taught me to continually be in pursuit of what brings me joy. Which previous player do you identify with most? Who do you think you'll play most like? I really vibe with Marianne because she played the game as her true quirky self. But I also love the tenacity of Drea. Her go-getter attitude was inspiring. I think I'll play the game like Marianne in the sense of being authentically me. That's okay, so being authentic, that's gonna be a double-edged sword though. Like, I think that could be good in the sense of it could help her go far, or maybe even win the game like Marianne did in 42, but it can also cost you. I'd say be careful. What will you value in an alliance partner? Trust. Someone who's themselves, someone who's observant and has their fingers on the pulse of the different dynamics at camp. Someone funny, someone both mentally and physically strong. Okay, so someone who's. So basically, someone who's kind of like a shield in a sense. Okay, I guess. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been kind of sick for a bit, but yeah, I guess that would make sense. Favorite hobbies are hiking, scrapbooking, volleyball, swim, and vision boarding against ceramics. Pet peeves, people who say not to be offensive but and proceed to offend you. People who smack when they chew. People who say the word moist. Wow, that's a weird one, but okay. People who pronounce the word salmon incorrectly. Oh, damn. Biggest accomplishment? There's a few. Being on Survivor 48 of Survivor. Okay, another one of these humble people. That's pretty nice. Receiving a full ride scholarship to private high school, studying abroad in Argentina. There's scholarships for private high schools? Holy cow. That's pretty cool. Having my dream job at NBC post college, winning an Associated Press award from their VA chapter. Wow. That's pretty good. So she does have quite a number of accomplishments. What's something we would not know from looking at you? That I was Nyla in Lion King off Broadway. Don't get too excited, lol. Oh, an associated Lion King? That's interesting. Who's your biggest inspiration? And why? Okay, this is hard. I am going to have to say all the strong, smart, fearless, and kind women who've helped raise me. It truly does take a village. Nice. Why will you be on Survivor? Why will you be the sole survivor? My social skills are unmatched. I have true gift of gab, but also an ability to make others feel valued, seen, and heard. I actually do think that she has potential. I think she's like, so I have a good feeling that Sai might be able to make some big moves, maybe reaching like final 8 or 7, give or take. I think Sai will become a huge threat in this game. I suspect that. So, anyways, last up, our final contestant of this cast, Stephanie Berger, a 38-year-old originally from New York City, New York, now living in Brooklyn, New York, and her occupation is tech product lead. She's ambitious, outgoing, and resilient. And why do you want to be a part of Survivor? I love this game. You can only armchair quarterback for so long. When you're as challenge minded as I can be, before you realize you need to shut up and play, fewer than 700 people have ever played this game and fewer than 50 have won. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's no, it's literally called Survivor 48. I mean, assuming that we don't know the winner yet, there've only been like 45 winners, two of them who have won twice. So, that makes sense. I want to be one of them. What's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? Teaching middle school in New Orleans as part of Teach for America and staying in the classroom for 8 years, far beyond my 2-year initial commitment, uniquely prepared me for the game. That experience drove home the importance of strong relationships. So okay, so she's going to be focusing on relationship building, social aspects in the game. That's nice. Kids want to learn from someone they know cares about them. Juries often vote for the person who have the strongest relationship with. That is actually a fair point. So she's basically she's thinking about the end game already. So that could be pretty good. Which previous player do you identify with the most? Who do you think you'll play most like? I've thought about this question for months now and I still don't know. Okay, some honesty, I like that. If there's ever been a previous player quite like me. Oh, another person about. But actually, you know what? That's actually not a bad answer. I hope to have Natalie Anderson's fierceness, Jam Jam's humor, and strategy all while forging my own path to win. What will you do in an alliance? What would you value in an alliance partner? Information. Someone who puts the T in loyalty and sees the game the same way I do. Alright, I guess that's fair. Favorite hobbies are talking and making elaborate Mardi Gras costumes. Okay, pet peeves are QR code menus in restaurants, when someone accidentally steps on the back of my flip flops. Okay, that makes sense. Her biggest accomplishment she's most proud of, the community of friends and chosen family I've built for myself. My mother passed away recently, and my people are a big reason I have the strength to be here today chasing my dreams. Yeah, Survivor seems to have a massive obsession of picking players whose families have passed away. But you know what? That's fine. What? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot where we were at. What is something that we would never know from looking at you? Most people see the blonde curls and the jangle jewelry and don't think businesswoman, but I run a business leading high technical projects for a household e-commerce company. That's pretty cool. Who's the biggest inspiration and why? All the women in my life, the strength, grace, caring, determination, humor, spirit, and love they possess and routinely demonstrate. Fair enough. Why will you be the sole survivor? When you peel back all the layers, Survivor is about making it to the end sitting next to two people who you can beat. The adaptability and resilience to make it to the end, the smarts to make the right moves along the way, and storytelling ability to put it all in front of the jury. They shouldn't let me get anywhere near Final Tribal Council. That's a fair point. I think if she makes it to the end, I think she's gonna win this. But that's just me. I think she can. I think she can play a good social game. I don't know. I think Stephanie could be potential winner material right here. I mean, after all, I, between Survivor 41 and 47, only two seasons have been won by men. And I know I've said this before, but hey, there's a really good chance that a woman could win this season, and Stephanie could be it. So I say we'll have to wait and see what happens. With that being said, that's it for the entire cast for now. I hope you all enjoyed. My throat has basically been hurting from speaking all this time, and I'm gonna go ahead and get something to drink. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out.